Hello and welcome. You tune into News Now with me, Ankita Saxena. Well, the voting of the 7th and the final phase of Lok Sabha elections is underway. Polling is being conducted across 57 parliamentary constituencies across 8 states and union territory. Voting is being held on all seats of Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. Meanwhile, the saffron stronghold of Uttar Pradesh is also voting on the last 13 seats. The final phase of polling has over 10.06 crore electors voting to decide the fate of over 900 candidates. Some key candidates in this phase are Prime Minister Narendra Modi from Varanasi, who's eyeing a third term in that particular constituency. BJP's latest star, Kangana Ranaut, is also fighting a first poll battle from Mandi, and she is up against former Chief Minister's son and India bloc leaders like Vikramaditya Singh. Misa Bharti, Manish Tiwari are other key names in the poll fray. Well, in West Bengal, 9 Lok Sabha constituencies, Barasat, Basirhat, Diamond Harbour, Dum, Jayanagar, Jadavpur, Kolkata, Dakshin Kolkata Uttar and Mathurapur are going to vote. Time now for a quick mood check straight from the South Kolkata, where my colleague Adrija is standing by with the details. Adrija, over to you.
Well, you see, the pollings have been going on since morning and people are coming out in large numbers and, voting in their particular booths. And since morning, we have seen that Abhishek Banerjee, the TMC General Secretary and MP have already casted his vote. And he is also the candidate from Diamond Harbour, where he has a strong hold. And at the same time, Basirhat constituency also happens to be a very important and interesting constituency this time, because we have seen just a couple of months ahead of the elections, an entire incident of Sandesh Khali had broken out, where women were out on the streets protesting. Huge, massive protests have taken place, and therefore, Basirhat constituency, Sandesh Khali comes under Basirhat, and therefore that constituency also remains very interesting to see, as in who wins from that particular constituency. Apart from that, North Kolkata also seems very interesting. Both the BJP and the TMC candidate just a month ago were together in the same TMC party. Tapas Roy, the BJP candidate, have very recently joined the BJP and have been declared as the candidate from North Kolkata constituency. So, very interesting polls. 9 seats altogether go to polls today. Senior leaders like Shaugat Roy, Shruti Banerjee are contesting in today's elections, and the constituencies that has gone to polls. And we are getting some, unfortunately, minimum, reports of violence from several pockets of these places which has gone to polls. But overall, the polling process is peaceful, and several central forces and state police are deployed almost in every booth to ensure that law and order situation across the constituencies which has gone to polls today remain under law and order situation.
All right, Adrija, tell us about the voter turnout as well. There were some isolated incidents of violence that we heard of, from several places in West Bengal. Do tell us about that as well, and how's the voter turnout looking like?
Absolutely. First of all, regarding the violence that has taken place, we have seen that since morning that certain reports of violence coming in from, particularly from South 24 Parganas district, certain violence from Sandesh Khali area, where just a couple of months ago we have seen large protests happening, and also certain violence from the Bhangur area, which has a history of political violence. We have seen violence taking place there, between clashes breaking out between the ISF and the TMC workers in that particular area. But apart from these pockets, more or less voting process has been peaceful. And from what we are getting to know, if we look at the voters turnout as of 11 a.m., the voters turnout happened to be around 28.10% overall in all the 9 seats that has gone to polls. However, this is a little less than what the turnout that we have seen in the previous phases. But of course, very hopeful that the people are coming out to vote in large numbers, and the voter turnout percentage will definitely be going high by the end of the day.
Adrija, thank you so much for joining us. We will let you go on that note. Well, we are joined by Mr. Madhavan right now on our guest today online. He's joining us online, and we will get you details of and weigh in on the situation right now. Hi, Madhavan. Welcome to ET Now.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, hi. Madhavan, so tell us, in 2019, the parties which are, which were a part of the opposition, the India bloc won some 19 odd seats, out of the 57 that are going to poll today, with a vote share of 37.52%, and the ruling party, BJP, NDA, had won 30 seats, receiving 39% of the votes. And the BJP alone won 25 of these constituencies, with Trinamool Congress and the Congress winning some 9 and 8 seats respectively. What are the chances this time round? Is the BJP likely to see that kind of a victory this time round?
To me, it seems unlikely. First of all, we have to remember that the seats that are going to polls today are in not 1, 2, but 4 states, or maybe 5. There is Odisha, there is Bengal, there is UP, and there is Punjab. So first of all, every state has its own unique, and by and large, everybody has agreed that this is a no-wave election, and every state seems to have its own trend or biases. So it makes it a very interesting contest. The other thing is that for the first time, unlike last elections, we have something called the India Alliance. Although it's a very shaky alliance, today Bengal is going to vote today, but you have the Congress and the TMC are sort of ranged against each other apart from BJP. So it's a triangular contest. So is Punjab. So if you take all this together, we can say that on the one hand, you have India Alliance, which is making it interesting as a direct contest, and on the other hand, we can't be too sure because some what they call vote cutting might happen. But Uttar Pradesh certainly, from especially the constituencies that are going to vote today, seem to be going down to the wire, as they say in cricket. What it means is that in eastern UP, there is a substantial reason to believe that unlike last time, there is no clear evidence. Although it is equally true that even last time, Uttar Pradesh, quite a few seats, went to non-BJP parties. So that has also got to be kept in mind. So this is an open election, as in the contest seems to be quite keen. Although broad trends seem to indicate that the BJP still has an advantage or an upper hand, especially in Uttar Pradesh, there is a certain clear contest. And in Bengal, there's a lot of speculation based on a high-pitched campaign and high turnout that the contest is keen. But we are yet to see ground-level evidence to suggest that the BJP has made significant inroads as it claims to have made. So all this means that we are looking at a scenario of at the very least, an even contest, and we cannot rule out upsets, particularly in Uttar Pradesh. And it's very difficult otherwise to compare apples of Punjab with the oranges of Bengal. There is a certain disparate quality of the issues as well as the voting patterns. So that's all we can say at this moment. And of course, turnouts might increase throughout the day, and we sometimes like to read a lot into turnouts. The historical view was that high turnout is anti-incumbency. But if you take Bengal, for instance, you're not even sure what is anti-incumbency in Bengal. Is it anti-incumbency against the central government or against the state government? So these sort of ifs and buts and what we call reading the tea leaves is part of political speculation. Only time can tell. But generally, everybody has agreed that turnouts are not an indication of verdict. Increasingly, this is going against the old wisdom that high turnouts meant the current government was in trouble. Right?
Right. Madhavan, also another area of focus is, the 4 seats in Himachal Pradesh, especially, Mandi and Hamirpur being the important seats. Kangana Ranaut is making her debut this time against the son of a former chief minister, and that's Vikramaditya Singh, who is giving her a tough fight at this point. What are the chances? And like Kangana said, that they can bag all the 4 seats. So what are your estimates?
No, I don't. It's difficult for me to estimate. I have traveled through Himachal Pradesh long ago covering elections, and all I can tell you is that if you look at Mandi, for instance, Vikramaditya Singh, who's contesting against Kangana, he comes from the erstwhile royal family, and they have a tremendous amount of not only goodwill, but they also have what is called the tribal support in the upper areas. Himachal has tribals. On the other hand, if you come to the lower reaches of Himachal, you'll find that it has a very strong Hindutva kind of focus that helps the BJP, and Kangana is certainly trying to ride it, apart from the fact that increasing democratization of the country means the old royal charms wear off. But, Kangana is also, in more ways than one, is she called a queen or a princess. So it's sort of a battle royale, as they say. But I think it's going to be a tough contest in Himachal. It's not a given for BJP, and it's not a given for Congress either. Because if you look at assembly patterns, the assemblies elected, they did have a Congress government in the assembly elections after the assembly elections. But the BJP is quite strong organizationally, and Kangana Ranaut being a woman is probably more of a factor than the fact that she is a movie star. And she has a huge organizational machinery backing her. So it's quite a strong contest. Yeah, my money is still on her because there's always a certain, dharti ki beti kind of thing that might help her among the younger voters. But I can't be too sure because from what I understand, Vikramaditya, I have known more of his father's politics. I have met him, his father, but this is, he's not a pushover. So I think she has the edge, but overall Himachal is not going to be as easy for BJP as they claim.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.